Hey guys, how's it going? Kripp'S here. Today I want to bring you guys a video of Marvel Snap. Now this is a video made in partnership with them. I want to go over kind of like the entry experience into the game because, as some of you might know already, Marvel Snap has officially launched October 18th, so it's out now. Technically, some of you guys have seen me play it, some of you guys have seen others play it. That was beta. Now it is officially out on Android, iOS, and it is in beta on Steam. You can play on PC as well. So I haven't played a whole lot on this account, but there is a lot of things that makes this game worth trying. First of all, it's free. You guys can check it out and enjoy the incredible artwork and incredible game mechanics. One thing that stands this game out from other card games is the many unique mechanics, not just the ones used in combat against other players, but also in how you build up an account. And I'm going to show you some of that, and we'll get into a game and basically give you guys a start into trying out the game because I think it is worth checking out. And if you do decide to check it out, please do so in the link below. I'd appreciate it. So first off, let's get right into it. The shop. It is not a game you have to pay for. You get a lot of this blue currency as you play. You get some of the golden currency as you play. It's in my experience, a pretty good idea to get some of the first few cards that show up in the fast upgrade. These cost the blue currency, which you do get a fair amount by just playing the game. Now, you will eventually unlock all the cards in the game. So how does this work? Now, if you look at a card, now let's look at Jessica Jones, for example. So this is how much it costs, this is its power, and this is its effect. Now, if you do upgrade a card, this green thing, this is kind of like its own like cosmetic energy. I'm sure it has a name, whatever. And it takes a little bit of blue stuff, but again, you get that as you play. So let's say we upgrade Jessica Jones. How do we upgrade? What does it get? Does it gain stats? Is it, more powerful? No, it is a cosmetic upgrade. Now, there are many tiers of cosmetic upgrades, so this is, I believe, the second upgraded tier, which is the 3D. It goes above that. I actually don't know exactly how far it goes, but each time you do that, your collection level increases, and as your collection level increases, you unlock things like, well, we got 5 Hawkeye boosters, so that is kind of like the skin currency for Hawkeye. So I can get Hawkeye to a higher cosmetic tier, and as you do that, you unlock cards, and these card unlocks are randomized, but I believe it picks ones you don't have. But you know what? I initially checked out Marvel Snap, and in the first rollout, there were some crazy powerful combos. Honestly, if you're just checking out the game, getting into it for the first time, it's quite wonderful just to make a deck out of what you have. And that's what I have been playing on this account. You want to have some cards you can play on the low curve because, well, there's no mana cost adjustments. It is, on turn 1 you have 1, on turn 2 you have 2. It goes up to turn 6, so there's only one turn 6. So it's good to have, at most, I would say, probably only one card that costs 6, if that at all. There's many ways to build decks. There's many ways to honestly just play with the characters that you like, because the deck is only part of the action. Now, you also have quite a bit of card acquisition through, I believe this is the Season Pass, it's called, and you build up levels in the Season Pass largely by doing missions, and the missions are pretty easy. They can be quite rewarding. Play a bunch of one-cost cards is nothing really. Now, some of them, like the move cards, for example, will require you to actually have some notable cards that can do the move action so you can complete this quest. It encourages you to try a lot of decks, try a lot of things, and again, you can do it as easily as just playing the cards that you like. I would say the power levels of the different cards in the game are fairly acceptable, that there are many possibilities. So we leveled up from doing those quests, a bunch of blue currency. We got another Carnage card. I think I already had that, so I think it goes into the cosmetic currency. Anyway, let's get into it. Let's play a game and I will tell you how this works, just to give you guys a head start in understanding the different aspects of a game of Marvel Snap. So the game starts. I like to have Quicksilver, which always starts in your opening hand. It does take the card. You don't get it for free. And there are 3 different locations. Now, there is a time limit here. You can see, actually, I don't know if you can see because I have the overlay here. The time limit is the end turn, so you want to be mindful of that. The locations have passive bonuses on the cards that you play on them, or sometimes they have global effects. The locations reveal themselves as the game occurs, so you can't play cards here after turn 4. So let's play Quicksilver on the first turn, because later on in the game, again, each game is only 6 and it doesn't take very long. Games are really, one after another. I'm not clicking end turn because I kind of want to see and explain things. So next turn we will reveal the middle location, and the turn after that, on turn 3, we'll reveal the location on the rightmost area. So as this location revealed itself, it is kind of like a trigger global effect on revealing it. So add a squirrel to each location. So now we have a bunch of 1s in the locations. Some cards, for example, Mr. Fantastic, has an ongoing effect, so he has to just be in that location for it to work. Adjacent locations have +2 power. Obviously, we want to put that in the middle. We want to plan for that. That is an interesting card to play next turn. We also have the Sentinel, which is the only card we can play this turn on reveal, which is kind of like when the card is revealed after you play them, of course, you add another Sentinel to your hands. You can keep playing these, but you can only play 1 in 1 turn. I'm actually going to put it in the middle because I don't think the middle will be that contested. I think I'm going to play Mr. Fantastic in the middle next turn, and at a later turn, I'm going to play Captain America. So ongoing, your card's location have +1 power. This is a game where it's probably going to have a lot of small units. So we want to tactically use Captain America, but I think I'm going to do it in the middle lane. Now, each lane has a maximum of 4 cards that can go into it. Oh, that was very unlucky. Discard a card from each player's hand when this third location was revealed, and it actually discarded the card I intended to play this turn. Quite unfortunate. Now, I think I'm actually going to play Captain America here. Do I want to do that? I can play Hawkeye and a Sentinel. Next turn I'm going to have 4, so I'm trying to see how this would work. What is my opponent doing? Not much, honestly. Not a lot. This looks like it might be a pretty easy game, but I think I'm going to play Captain America in the middle. I think that will be the play here. Now, if you think you're going to win, you can click on this cube, and you can click on it multiple times, which essentially raises the ante for the game. So you get a certain amount of like matchmaking points, as you could say it. They're called cubes in Marvel Snap. And there is kind of like a bluffing aspect to the game where you can also retreat from a game. So if your opponent is like upping the ante, and you don't actually think you're going to win, you can retreat to lose less cubes. So there's kind of many types of gameplay happening at the same time. So Captain America's effect is an ongoing, so it will work on the next card that I play. I think I'm going to play a Medusa. I also see my opponent starting to build up in the left lane. You can't play cards after turn 4. Oh, that is a good call on that. Now, I could just give up on that lane completely. I think I might actually do just that. So let's... The thing is, you can actually undo, but you have to undo in the order. The thing is, if I do that, I'm kind of a little bit locked in the middle. That's the problem with that. So I need 4 points. I think I'm actually going to just double play on the left, just in case he doesn't play a card, so I'm ahead. The way that you win a game of Snap is by having more points in 2 out of the 3 locations. Now, if there's a tie and each player is winning one or the other, it counts up the total point differences. So there is a pretty clear and, in my opinion, fair tiebreaker. Looks like he's building up there. Now, I'm winning here, and I'm winning here by 5, so I think I'm going to play Gamora. So if your opponent played a card this turn, plus 5 power. Now, this costs 5, so this is my whole turn. Now, if my opponent plays a card here this turn, it is going to crush the lane. If it doesn't, I can follow up with a final turn Odin. On reveal, abilities trigger a second time, basically, and I don't believe they need to have their requirement. I haven't played a lot of Odin, but I'm feeling pretty good this game, so I think I'm going to up... Oh, no, double play. Okay. Now that is pretty interesting. He's not winning by a lot in that lane. How do we do this? I'm only winning by 1 over there. I'm not winning by much over here. Ah, man, this is really tricky. Because my opponent might be able to beat me here. I could play Jessica Jones here, which will give me a lead of 1. And I could play a Sentinel there, which will give me a lead of 6. And I'll still be winning there. I think even though this isn't that much of a crushing play, I think this is how I'm going to want to do it. And I think I'm going to make it work here. Let's see. He's only playing 1 card there. So that card has to also affect the first 2 locations to really do anything, and it doesn't. It looks like he played too many small cards, ran out of steam, and ended up getting completely wrecked. So there you have it, a pretty clear-cut game of Marvel Snap. Now, when a game ends, you have this collect rewards button, and this gives you a pretty good idea about how you progress. So you get some experience, which is basically based on the number of cubes that you win. So it was 4 cubes. My level went up by 4 as a result of that. And I believe you get 10 cosmetic energy of a random card that you own when you play a game. And I need 20 to get him to the epic skin level. And if I did, I'd get 4 collection points, and then I could unlock a few more cards. But again, in my experience, especially just checking out the game for the first few days, you really can just play anything and outplay your opponents if you're careful enough, if you're savvy enough, and if you click on that cube in the right time. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will be streaming Marvel Snap after its release, so watch out for that on Twitch, and might have a little bit more to come in the coming days as well. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and we'll see you next time.